just say my name.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the 10th episode of California Wine TV. I'm your host, Scott Sheldon. It's a pleasure to be here. I have a fantastic guest today. This is Dan, the wine educator here at Viansa Vineyards. And Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of Viansa?
Well, this winery, we opened our doors here February 16th, 1990. The winery, if you look at the name of our winery, Viansa, you will see parts of Vicky and Sam. That's where the word Viansa comes from. Sam Sebastiani opened this winery on February 16th, 1990. Sam was the president of the Sebastiani Winery from 1980 to 1984. And Sam, I guess I would tell people, Sam had a different vision than the rest of the family. Sam wanted to get back to his heritage, wanted to make some wines not unlike his grandfather, the first Sebastiani in this valley. Learned to make wine in a little town about 7 miles outside of Lucca in Tuscany, a little town by the name of Farneta. And actually, we have our wine, one of our red wines, Primitivo, is named Farneta after where Grandpa learned to make his wines before he came to the United States. The first Sebastiani in this valley came to the United States in 1895 and opened the Sebastiani Winery in 1904. Samuele ran the winery until 1937. August Sebastiani took over, ran the winery until 1980, and along comes Sam. But Sam wants to get back to his heritage, has a different vision than the rest of the family, and left the family winery in 1984, started the Viansa label in 1985. We broke ground here in 1988, and we opened our doors in February of 1990. Our wines are not out in the marketplace. No retail outlets, no distributors, no wholesalers. At our winery, there is no middleman. We will ship it to your front door, where you work, or where you live in 42 states. If one was to look at our wine list, you'd see a heavy emphasis on some Italian wines that you will not see too often in California. Primitivo, Vernaccia, Arnase, Tokai Friulato, among others. I would guess in the western United States anyway, we probably produce more different Italian varietal wines than any other winery probably any other winery in the United States.
Yeah. It's very interesting, the history, Dan, that you were talking about, especially the Italian heritage and having all the different Italian varietals that you guys do. With these wines, how much, with the Italian wines especially, are the grapes grown here or?
Around our winery, I would say most years 70 to 75% of the grapes that we use in our winery are our grapes. Around the building, we have about 181 acres under cultivation. Our Pinot Grigio is grown right next door, our Victoria Pinot Grigio. We lease 42 acres next door, and we have 2 or 3 plots out in the valley that are not contiguous to the building. But I would guess that at least 90% of our wines, the grapes are grown either in Sonoma or Napa County, and I would guess about at least 70% of them are actually, the grapes are our grapes that we grow on our own property or property that is leased by us.
Incredible. Let's get into the first wine. We have why don't you introduce it for us?
Okay. We're going to start off this afternoon with a fabulous Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is somewhat of a fruit-forward wine. It is a nice alternative to Chardonnay. Does not have the buttery background that some of our Chardonnays have, but it's a very well received Pinot Grigio at our winery. And actually the grapes are grown about 300 yards from where I'm sitting right now. Fabulous Pinot Grigio.
You can smell pear.
It has a nice pear finish on it, yes.
Has it seen any oak at all this time?
This one gets about 9 months on French oak.
That's tasty. You can hear all the birds going on in the background. Right behind this, there's 90 acres of wetlands that Sebastiani family, it was in 1994, I think, got this finally approved.
Yeah, 1994, 1995, and a lot of help with this wetlands from Ducks Unlimited. Sam Sebastiani has been a active member of Ducks Unlimited since he was about 16 or 17 years old, and Ducks Unlimited helped us build this 91-acre waterfowl preserve.
Beautiful. It's the biggest privately owned wetlands in Sonoma County, and it's sad in our country. I think 95% of the wetlands have disappeared, and it's really had an impact on a lot of endangered species. I think you have 3 or 4 dozens of different types of species of birds here, from what I understand, that call this place home. It's pretty incredible.
lot of great waterfowl here. If you are ready, we are going to go to our first red wine of this afternoon. The name of the wine, our proprietary name, is Athena. And Athena, the grape is actually Dolcetto. In Italy, this would be a luncheon red. Dolcetto is probably not the red wine you'd put under the bed for about 12 years. It is a fabulous red wine. Last year, we had 73 weddings here. And a lot of our brides picked the Dolcetto as a pre-dinner reception red. It is a red wine for people who do not drink heavy red wine. It's got a lot of fruit. But again, in Italy, this would be a light afternoon red. Prosciutto and melon on the deck, cheese and crackers on the porch.
Would you serve this at the same temperature as some of these other red wines, or do you like to chill
This
it?
This is a wine that some people do chill. For here at the winery, we serve it at room temperature. This has a nice fruit finish to it. It's very light. It's a very fruit-forward, light red wine.
It's a nice floral notes on the nose too. It's very, very nice. You don't see a lot of Dolcettos from California.
Dolcetto is a somewhat obscure varietal in California.
I've seen Palomino. It's the one I can think of that makes it. Santa Barbara. What? Are there any other grapes that varieties, Italian varieties, that you're thinking about producing in the future that you guys are kind of working on, but maybe haven't got quite right yet?
We have, from time to time, we have produced a Aleatico. Aleatico is another light northern Italian red. Very, very fruit forward. Actually, our Aleatico is even a little bit lighter than our Dolcetto. At the moment, we have a Primitivo blend, and our Prudello. We're going to change our Prudello. We're going to save our Prudello until the last, but Prudello has some Primitivo in it and some Tiroldigo. However, we have coming up a fabulous Pinot Noir.